And there she is. There she is. That's all she damn wrote. Carlton, 12 goals, 880 to Fremantle, 8 goals, 1664 on a cold night at the MCG in round 16 of 2021. What an enjoyable experience. What an enjoyable experience. And it's just such a relief to be talking and feeling good. To be talking good, feeling good, and enjoying something. I think for the majority of this year, we've been frustrated. The boys haven't played to their potential, to our expectations, to their expectations, really. And we haven't won 2 in a row since early in the season when we beat Freo and the Gold Coast Suns, and so much has happened. External reviews and injuries and miscommunications and whatnot, and all of that got put to the side, and we finally got to live in the moment last night, and it was such a relief and such a release of pressure I felt last night. I can't explain, and I'm sure we're all feeling it as well. That watch every week and support the way we do, just how good it feels to win, and to win the way we did. It was gutsy, it was frustrating. Don't get me wrong. There was still lots that happened in that game that we need to clean up. But ultimately, when the game was there to be won, and push came to shove, and the criticism about this group is when it comes time to winning, there's a bit of a fear of they don't know how to win. Whereas last night they did what was necessary, and we'll talk about it shortly, but I hope it's the start of something. I hope. We'll see. 12,000 people there last night. You would not have known. I would have guessed by the sound that there was at least 20 to 22,000. It was rocking. It was just a high energy start from us. I think it was important we got off to a good start. I talk about it a lot. We are so ready to explode with our support that all they've got to do is kick a couple of goals early, and then you get the crowd into the game. And I thought we did a really good job of getting into the game early, and then the crowd complemented that. I mean, you can't talk about this first quarter without talking about Paddy Dow. It was sensational. It was, I don't know, something clicked. Something happened last night. I was hoping that him coming up against the Cheras and the Brayshaws and seeing the guys who he was drafted with would give him a bit of confidence of, hey, motherfucker, I do this too. And he did, and he started really well, and it got us going. And what I noticed was we were looking to get him the ball. Cripps was looking to get him the ball and whatnot. And then it allowed Walsh to come into the game a little later as well. And I think Matt Kennedy was really superb early as well, and he deserves a mention. So we start phenomenally, and I remember at quarter time I was with my brother, and he's 19. He turns to me and says, like this feels weird. Like it feels weird to feel this good, because it was pretty convincing in that first quarter. And as much as we want them to go on with it and get an 8-10 goal lead, we're just not that team. We're just not that team.
You guys, if you could take
okay? You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay. So we're not ready to do that yet. And unfortunately, that's something we're going to have to learn. And that's where we're at. So let's not pretend like we're a team that's ready to just put the foot on the throat and put teams away. Because we're not. Clearly, we're not. So Freo get back into it. And listen, full credit to them. They're playing for a final spot last night. And they were 2 games ahead of us. They were ninth. I think they were ninth going into the round. And they've improved. They're a good side. They've got some of their key players back. Lob was back in from the last time we played. Obviously, they lose Taberner, but they gain Fife. Griffin Logue's in. Alex Pearce, he's a really good defender, that guy. Really good defender. I haven't really appreciated him because obviously I don't watch much of their games, but he was solid. So, fair play to them. They got back into it, and then at halftime, there was a little congregation. So I was with Joe from the Almost Blues Brothers, Rocco, Mars, Michael Maloney, the crew, the Rat Pack, all of us, the Riff Raffs, as Rocco calls it, and we're all just, lamenting the last 10 minutes of that second quarter, and we're thinking, all right, well, what's it going to be? Because in my head, I'm thinking, surely at half time, they've gone into the rooms, they've looked at each other and they said, boys, come on, we've done such a good job. Just that last 10 minutes, we let it slip a little bit. We let them get on top. Let's come out and put them away. And third quarter starts. I think Freo kicked the first goal of the third, but then we kicked 2 in a row. So I'm thinking, okay, well, this is okay. This is exactly what was necessary. This is exactly what was needed. We've done the job. Now we can continue on and build some momentum and go into the fourth. But Freo, man, they kept coming. They kept coming and they kicked 4 goals, 7 in that third quarter. And really, they shot themselves in the foot a little bit. You can call it luck from, luck for us or whatever, but sometimes you need a little bit of luck to go your way. And the game is such a beautiful game. It's a fascinating game. This sport is fascinating because you know that each side will have their patches and their minutes of momentum. And fortunately for us, Freo didn't capitalise in that third quarter and just kept missing and hitting the post and, almost moments. And I think when did the fight happen? I think it was in the third, maybe the fourth, but got to shout out my boy Liam Stocker, man. He makes me want to jump a punch myself. A little bit of a fight. He's the first one in there, and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it's the team unity and the team spirit. They were all there for each other last night. I didn't see the individuals, the little moments. Someone gets hit, someone's there to back him up. They're shepherding. I think I can't talk about the game this far and without talking about our captain, Patrick Cripps, and the Herculean, heroic, brave warrior performance that he put in last night after really hurting his foot. And I don't know about you guys, but do you remember when he broke his leg against Melbourne years ago? Or when he kicked his foot into whoever he kicked it into, my mind went straight back to there, and I actually said out loud, oh my God, he's broken his leg. And, was terrified that he had done it again, but fortunately he hadn't. And fortunately, he was able to play out the game. But I thought that was another, symbolic moment. I thought Liam Stocker again. I think he got cleaned up by Rory Lobb, running into him with the flight of the ball. I think Nick Newman took a really courageous mark as well. And I started noticing these little moments, and I'm like, we're going to turn it here. They're going to add up, and the footy gods out there will reward us. And then we get to the fourth, and like I said before, it was there to be won. The game was there to be won or lost. And, we stepped up. We found a way. We were a little harder. We're a little faster. We ran a little bit more of a gut run. We jumped a little more. Samo went behind the ball in that fourth. Levi played a little bit more in the ruck, which, love it or hate it, he didn't have a good game, but I thought he had a good fourth quarter. And sometimes, Rocco says it a lot, it might not be your game, but it'll be your moment. And it was important for Levi to finish like that. And then Sam Walsh kicks that goal. And I just haven't seen scenes like that since Juddy kicked that goal in the final. I'm not saying it was as big of a goal, but the scene of tight contest, tough contest, need a game winner, need a game sealer. And he falls over, Sam Walsh, he gets up, he snaps it. And then we're absolutely roaring, and I can't explain how much I needed that. I needed to feel that again, that excitement. My brother, young fella, all the young kids around. We needed something that we can latch onto and move forward with and build some momentum with. And I'm just so excited. I'm so happy. I'm so relieved to be just talking like this. Man, it fucking sucks to be talking about what's wrong in the culture and they don't play with spirit. It sucks. That's I don't enjoy that. This is what it's all about. And it's time for these boys to grow up and really take control of what's going on. And I hope that they just continue on with it. And I hope it relieves the pressure a bit. And I hope they use that. And I hope they really enjoy that team unity and that team spirit when they win and they replicate it. And that's what it's all about for me. So I'm pumped. I'm so happy for them. I really am. They do deserve it. Last night they deserved the win because of the way that they carried themselves. The player of the game, I'm going to give it to Nick Newman. Sam Walsh obviously was phenomenal, and this isn't about giving it to someone else for the sake of being fair, but I thought Nick Newman just in moments stood up, drove the ball forward, 571 metres gained. He led the team in that stat, 11 marks, 24 touches, 83% disposal efficiency. Of his 24 touches, 23 were kicks. Played his role and just really led with, obviously Zach Williams out of the side, and we needed to have someone else driving us from half-back. They did a pretty good job on Adam's side, I thought, Freo. They were really active in making sure someone was on him. He didn't get too free, but yeah, Nick Newman for me is a player of the game. Obviously, you got to give a shout out to Paddy Dow, Matt Kennedy. I just didn't think they went on with their games in the second half, but I thought Nick Newman was outstanding, and let's see what happens. Joseph Adamo will go down in the 2021, the history books for 2021 as the man that started the hashtag 12 and 10 concept. So I want to give him all the praise for that. He was telling it to me last week. I'm like, Joe, shut up. But nah, it's his time. And, we beat the Cats next week, and it gets louder and louder, and the rumblings get louder and louder, and we'll see what happens. But, I don't think no one's under any illusions. There's a lot more that needs to be improved on. But all of a sudden, last week's, we'll call it an unconvincing win, when it becomes 2 in a row, and this one was a little bit better than last week, you start thinking, okay, let's just build. And that's all we can ask for. Let's build off each week. Let's improve. Let's not look too far ahead, even though we're talking about hashtag 12 and 10. But let's just build off that, and, the test arrives next week. It's the test. It's a good side again, and, we have been 0-7 against top 8 teams in 2021. So let's see how that plays out. Enjoy all of it, guys. Enjoy reading every article. Enjoy watching every video. Enjoy listening to every podcast. And let me know what you think about this team, about what you saw last night, and how you're feeling about the group. It's funny what a win does, and I do want to see, your thoughts. I want to document this all. So put a comment down below, and we'll chat about it there, and, drink a bit more of the Kool-Aid. I know I said 30 mils last week. I think we deserve a bottle of Kool-Aid after this one. And then we could talk about a slab of Kool-Aid next week, and then the week after. Tell you what, this city doesn't know what's coming. It's coming, I hope, but we'll leave it there. Chat soon, and you know it. Go the Mighty Blues.